Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Hengki Bilaleya. I'm student of English Department, State University of Gorontalo. In this video, I will explain and show you the PowerPoint related with the topic that will be explained in this video. And the topic is about speech act. What is speech act? The kinds or the types of the speech act and the example of the speech act. So guys, let's move to the first slide.
Definitions of speech act. Speech act is an utterance that contains actions as a functional entity in communications that consider aspects of the speech, situations, or speech act is an actions performed in saying something. For example, like, this is so cold, this is so hot. The next slide is definitions of speech act according to Augustine 1962. He states that speech acts are actions that occur when uttering something. And then Augustine distinguishes kinds of speech act into three parts. The first is locutionary, the second is illocutionary, and the third is perlocutionary. Locutionary, namely the act of saying something in words or sentences according to the meaning contained in the dictionary and in accordance with the syntactic rules. Illocutionary, namely speech acts that contains intentions relating to who speaks to whom, when, and where the speech act is carried out. Perlectionary, namely speech acts whose speech is intended to influence speech partners. Now we on the slide example of lectionary act. The example is when a person from Indonesia, he is in America for instance, talks to an American in bahasa "Apa kabar teman?" In English, this utterance will not produce what is called as meaningful linguistic expressions. On the contrary, when the speaker says, "How are you, friend?" then the American would understand. The next is example of illusionary act. The example is I'm hungry. The intention is to ask for food, which is an illusionary act. Next is example of perlusionary act. The example is I'm hungry, which is said by the speaker to have an effect on the listener by the reaction of giving or offering food for the speaker. Besides, Augustine distinguishes kinds of speech act into three parts. This is kinds of speech acts according to Searle, 1976. He distinguishes kinds of speech act into five parts. The first is declarative, the second is representative, the third is expressive, the fourth is directive, and the last is commissive. Declarative is types of the speech act that change the word through speech. Declarative words are spoken by the speaker to create new things. Representative, namely speech that binds the speaker of the truth of what is being said. The utterance that can be classified as representative speech acts are statements of facts, affirmations, conclusions, and descriptions. Expressive, which is a type of speech act that states something that is felt by the speaker. This type of speech act reflects psychological statements and can be in the form of expressions of joy, difficulty, hatred, pleasure, or misery. Directive is a type of speech act that is used by a speaker to get someone else to do something. These types of speech act state what the speaker wants. These speech acts include orders, requests, giving advice. The last is commissive, which is the type of speech act understood by the speaker to bind him to the action in the future. Now we move to the example. The first is the example of declarative. The example is first. I now pronounce your husband and wife. Boss, I'm telling you to go by the book. In the context of conversation, the boss utterance above is declarative sentence because he gives the instructions to the speaker and is clarified with the clause I'm telling you. The next example from representative. The example is I'm a good guy. The intention of this utterance is to show that the speaker is to make believe the hearer that the speaker is a good guy. The next example of expressive. The example is I'm sorry, I like it, thank you. These examples show how the speaker feels about a situation. In time when the speaker spills coffee over someone else's shirt, he or she will say I'm sorry. When in time the speaker is given a slice of cheese and likes it, then he or she will say I like it or thank you. The next is the example of directive. The example is could you lend me a pen? This utterance shows that the speaker requests a pen from someone else. He or she indirectly ordered the other person to lend him a pen. This gesture is also available in a more direct way as lend me a pen. The intentions of this utterance is to make the hearer to perform the action conveyed in the utterance itself. The last is example of commissive. The example is I will come to your home tonight. This example shows that the speaker intends to come to the hearer's home at the night time of the day the utterance is said. Therefore, the speaker commits that he or she will come to the speaker's home at night.
Okay guys, that's all my explanation about speech act. I hope from this video you will get more knowledge about speech act. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.